Step world. What's up to the one that's joined? Thanks for the like. So my camera is flipped to the side. So if anybody comments, I'm not sure if I'll see the comments on this live. They may pop up, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm talking about spirits, right? Spirits are the best teachers when it comes to life, like knowledge, wisdom, empowerment, like different things. You don't always have to call on spirits for like material gain or anything. You can call them, you know, based off of whatever you need or your preference as to why you're calling upon them. And also remember that spirits are within and among. So, I mean, it's just like not a dissertation, but just a brief introduction about how spirits work and their qualities. Like, yeah, we're in this human physical experience, but as we are in this human experience, humans don't know certain things that spirits might know. Like, there are different energies, as we all know it, as we are on this journey, spiritual journey, life journey, whatever. Pardon me. So, And another thing is, like, pardon. I know in the spiritual community, well, I'm not really in the spiritual community, but you know, a lot of spiritual influencers, right? They talk about closed practices. And I'm going to talk about this because I think that's kind of, I'm talking based off of my own observation and my own experience, okay? If you feel called or a spirit, you feel called to a spirit or you're drawn to a spirit, now yeah, there are tricksters as well. So you also use your own intuition to help guide you, your own discernment, as people would like to say. As far as closed practice, listen to that. Closed practice. That means it's limited to a certain amount of people or a certain group of people. Now, like I said, spirits call upon, not a call up, but whatever you feel drawn towards, you know, it could be good. And it could be something that you need to learn in this life that we are all given. So as far as, oh, you have to be initiated into this, or you have to be, wherever we are along the journey called a life, that's when certain spirits, or you will feel drawn to certain spirits, like angel numbers, certain numbers may start coming into alignment with you. If you keep on seeing a certain number, that certain number can be in reference to another, a spirit. Or if you just keep on getting a certain name that keeps coming into you, and then you may go to a bookstore and see it's a book about this so-called energy or spirit. That is also a sign. It depends on where you are along your journey. If you need some type of strength or encouragement in your life, there may be, you know, a spirit to help guide you. But all spirits are within us, but it's only up to us when we are along our journey where we need to learn, or what lesson we can not just learn, but from that experience, how we can be stronger, or some type of encouragement that needs to fetch within us. So as far as people that talk about, oh, well, they're not supposed to rework. Now, yeah, it all depends on a person's, it all depends on that person. Because there are certain spirits that do not, there are spirits that may not want to work with us. But then later on, after we get through, it's like unlocking different parts of ourselves along the journey, and then we get into another code or another, it's like a game. You know how you got Candy Crush, you get to one level, and then if you're ready to get to the next level, it'll be like a dragon standing next to the unlock button, and then it'll help guide you along that route. It's just like that. So as far as people saying, oh, well, this isn't for everybody, and this, only spirit, only you know what you can do. Only you know, and it's also important to use your discernment, your good judgment. So yeah, like, spirits, like there are lesser spirits and there are greater spirits. But initially, all spirits can do anything. Lesser spirits can do the same thing as angelic spirits. Angelic spirits can do the same thing as lesser spirits. Call upon the spirit within yourself. Like I said, you can call upon the spirit of your own name. Spirits are everything. While we're in this human experience, we all have spirits. Spirits are nothing but energy that is manifested through a name that is given. So, I mean, but yeah, spirits. But I guess along everybody's journey, they'll figure out that spirits are they are just merely energy that you can tap into or unlock within yourself. But I will say, because we tap into the frequency of said spirits, you have this thing called invoking and evoking. So there are people out there that will, I mean, to each his own, but there are people out there that depending on the person, but I think where people say, "Oh, well, this is close practice. That's why you're not supposed to be messing with stuff," and then that happens. There are people out there. See, humans have egos. This is a part of the reason as to why spirits don't like working with humans. There are certain spirits that be like, they call up on me. I don't know why the fuck they calling on me. They go right back and be like, not ready. So when people talk about, oh well, they call upon this, they worship that. First off, many of them are stubborn, so because humans are stubborn as well. But when it comes to people that think, oh well, that's why that happened to her, because she's not supposed to be working. Well, he's not supposed to be doing that. These people try to trap them. They try to summoning. You know how you get summoned for jury duty? You know, jury duty, you go to jury duty. You don't want to go there. You don't want to be there. So why the fuck are people, humans, egos, summoning spirits that they don't even know. And also, knowing yourself, knowing thyself, figure out who you are and what you are first, and then try to get a feel as to where you're okay. Not summoning spirits out of ego, because like I said, it's based on where you are along your journey in life and what also your ancestors, your spirit guides feel like you need. Everything humans, spirits, they're also like, when you get on your journey, you really start to change, and you're not the same person for the better. Then there will be people that like to gossip, drama. Many spirits don't mess with people like that, because who the fuck are you? You know? So many of them can be stubborn. Not stubborn, but they can see right through people. But see right, it's like, because spirits are within us also, it's like seeing a part of yourself. That's it. That's all about. Spirits, right? But working with them and not trying to control everything. Humans like to control. What I've also learned, when you try to control everything and put your ducks in a row and everything, and you think that everything is going to line up and everything. Oh. Yeah, no. But it's for your better good. Like, in order for, this is what also humans try to control everything. When you think, oh, I'm gonna save up all this money, and I'm gonna get this, that, and the other, and make sure everything's lined up and everything. And then it replaces or restores something greater, something better that you probably never ever expected. But humans are afraid of the unknown. And that's why also, in order to grow, you cannot hold on to what you already have. Because if you want a new life, you cannot hold on to the one that you have. Everything is about risk and sacrifice in this life. But humans, that's why if you ever see like people who took the biggest risk, and I mean, it could be grand, but it can be something as small as just, I see it as small, but other people may not, but as small as letting go of a job, not having one lined up. But then, if you just wait, be patient. Humans have no patience. But if you just wait and be like, man, you know what? I trust in you. Always have this, can't nobody get in this, right? It's all you. And then you start to level up in increments. It could be small, but you always be grateful for what you have. That's another thing. Gratitude goes a long way. But always thinking about the what if, it puts a person in survival mode. So then if you're trying to work with spirits, spirits only manifest what you are giving it to possess. So always be mindful of your thoughts. And surround yourself with people who only uplift you, and not try to, because if you're trying to be this positive, have this more positive mindset, and you know you're working with whatever, right? You're working with good things are flowing, right? And other people you may know maybe going through something. They keep on talking about sadness and all this bullshit. Ain't got shit to do with you. Sometimes you gotta leave the motherfuckers with it. And it's like, love them at a distance, but you gotta keep your own peace. Because you are in a different time, and it's just quite an experience. Quite a fucking experience. But yeah, working with your own God, working with your God. You are God. And not not allowing people to project onto you. Like you have to be a strong ass person. Mentally. Peace. That's all I got for this live. I probably go over